Okay. So so Trump did the town hall at CNN the other day and absolutely bodied the CNN reporter that they had there to fact check him the whole time. And it was pretty, let's say, silly. Because it's disappointing, honestly. That's exactly the platform you don't want Trump to have, because it's just going to make him boost in the polls. And he's already ahead of Joe Biden right now. And it's frustrating, of course. But there's not a lot that we can do about it. I mean, media companies are going to keep platforming him because it's great for ratings for them, so they're doing it. But that being said, shortly after that happened, there was a lot of backlash, believe it or not. A lot of people said, hey, I don't really like that. You know, the day after that he was found guilty of sexual battery and defamation, that you had a town hall on your network. I don't really like that. That's icky to me. And I think most people in the US would agree that that is kind of yucky. You know, most normal people, even like normal Republicans, okay? Like just rich people who just don't want to pay taxes because they're pieces of shit. Like those people even think that's kind of yucky. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of backlash. And so they made it looks like they made Anderson Cooper apologize for it. So we're going to watch a little bit of this. Which is why I made sure to set up the Subway surfers for today, because if we're going to watch CNN, we have to have Subway surfers on. It's the new rule.
Before we begin with tonight's broadcast, I want to say something about...
Well, shut up. You're too quiet. I don't want to miss anything.
Good evening. Before we begin with tonight's broadcast, I want to say something about what we witnessed at last night's town hall. Many of you have expressed deep anger and disappointment. Many of you are upset that someone who attempted to destroy our democracy was invited to sit on a stage in front of a crowd of Republican voters to answer questions, and predictably continued to spew lie after lie after lie. And I get it. It was disturbing. It was disturbing to see and hear that person refer to a black law enforcement officer as a thug, an adjective he used many times to describe black men, and called Caitlin Collins, the moderator, nasty, which is what he calls any woman who stands up to him. It was disturbing to hear him speak so highly of QAnon conspirators and insurrectionists who assaulted police officers in our democracy on January 6th.
Oh my God, liberals
spread ridiculous lies about the election. And it was certainly disturbing to hear that audience, young and old, our fellow citizens, people who love their kids and go to church, laugh and applaud his lies and his continued defamation of a woman who, according to a jury of his peers, he's sexually abused and defamed. As good a job as Caitlin Collins did trying to fact check him, it is...
She did a bad job, man. I'm sorry. You guys are coping. She did a bad job, dude. I watched it. She was not prepared. She was not prepared. Okay? None of you were prepared. This is a $1 billion network, right? Okay? So why is it that when he's saying some sort of lie that you know he's going to say, about anything, literally any fucking thing, any lie that he says, we all know it. There's the classic, absolute classics, okay? They should have sound bites, videos, articles, quotes from him. They should have all of that ready. And they have the ability and the money and the staff to do that. They did not have any of that ready. They had one reporter who is fairly new still to the network, personally fact-checking him on the fly. As if this guy, who is this like huge cult of personality, who got every Republican in the United States to vote for him, regardless of the way he behaves, which is completely fucking unhinged, okay? As if they're like, oh yeah, this one random reporter will do just fine debating against him. It's like, no, that's his stomping grounds, dude. That's where he excels. We know that. We've all seen it. He starts losing in an argument. He calls somebody a name. He rolls his eyes really big. His audience goes fucking wild. They laugh. They cheer. He makes some claim, and then he calls the other person a liar, moves on. He's good at it. He's been doing it his whole life. And so they're like, yeah, she was really prepared, and she did a good job, but it's like, no, dude, you knew this was going to happen. CNN does not care about this. CNN does not care.
Impossible to fact check fully because he lies so shamelessly.
Oh my God.
Many of you think CNN shouldn't have given him any platform to speak, and I understand the anger about that. Giving him the audience, the time, I get that. But this is what I also get. The man you were so disturbed to see and hear from last night, that man is the front runner for the Republican nomination for president.
Even more so now. If you don't think, look, I don't think that they should exclude Donald Trump from speaking on CNN, because you know why? If they do that, then he's just going to use that in a different way and be like, "Oh yeah, they're shutting me out. CNN, fake news, we all know it. They're shutting me out. I tried to go on CNN. You know I tried to go on CNN. I like going on TV. You guys like seeing me on TV, don't you? I tried to go on CNN, but they're shutting me out. They won't let me on CNN's fake news. They're trying to silence us. They don't want to see what I've accomplished. They don't want to admit it. They're run by Antifa now. CNN. They won't let me on there anymore." Like, you know what he's gonna say. Like, have him on there, but it's you can't let your fucking reporters get bodied by Donald Trump on your own network. It looks bad. It looks bad, dude. Come on. Like, oh God, there's individual people who could have done a better job than that. You're an entire network. Not to mention that
no other Republican is.
Okay, shut up. Shut the fuck. It's a dangerous. We had to platform him because he's the front runner. God, Anderson, shut the fuck up, you liberal. I don't even remember what I was going to say. The reporter is fairly new to the network, but she used to write articles for Tucker Carlson's web shit. It got scrubbed, but I can't. I don't know if there's a video about it, but a lot of it got scrubbed from the website, and it just says like contributor or whatever. But there are, if you use the Wayback Machine, you can see that she wrote like random like satire articles for Tucker Carlson's website and shit. So it's like, this is just a grifter that they had on stage with Donald Trump. Like, what the fuck is wrong with them?
And according to polling, no other Republican is even close. That man you were so upset to hear from last night, he may be president of the United States in less than 2 years. And that audience that upset you, that's a sampling of about half the country. They are your family members, your neighbors, and they are voting. And many said they're voting for him. Now, maybe you haven't been paying attention to him since he left office. Maybe you've been enjoying not hearing from him, thinking it can't happen again. Some investigation is going to stop him. Well, it hasn't so far. So if last night showed anything, it showed it can happen again. It is happening again. He hasn't changed, and he is running hard. You have every right to be outraged today and angry and never watch this network again. But do you think staying in your silo and only listening to people you agree with is going to make that person go away? If we all only listen to those we agree with, it may actually do the opposite. If lies are allowed to go unchecked, as imperfect as our ability to check them is on a stage in real time, those lies continue and those lies spread. If you're angry or upset,
Bro, when they run the news, they have people pulling up clips in real time all the fucking time. It's not that hard. I could fucking do it. Podcasts fucking do it. H3 Podcast does it. Joe Rogan Podcast does it. In real time, constantly pulling up random articles and videos instantly. There are experts that know how to do that and know where to get this information. It's stupid. We did the best we can. We couldn't fact check him fast enough. You literally just Google it and pull it onto the big screen behind him. What are you talking about? Throw it up there, make him look bad. When he's talking about all the January 6th insurrection people, throw up some violent videos from January 6th that make him look bad, make him look silly. That's your job. The shittiest platform because of freedom of speech. It's so true. It's like, you need to see this. You have to see this. I'm liberal. You have to see it. I don't know why I said I'm liberal. I'm just mad. I just don't like Anderson Cooper, honestly. But he's like, you have to see this. We did the best job we can, and we're the best, and nobody can do any better, so he's gonna win. It's like, you guys just fucking suck, man. I just fucking hate CNN. They're so ass.
Understand, but you have the power to do something about it. You can actually get involved. You can make a difference, whatever side of the aisle you're on. After last night, none of us can say, I didn't know what's out there. I didn't know what's coming. We asked Republican senators for their thoughts about last night. Some preferred not to say anything. Others did. Here's a sampling of what we heard.
What's the reason for you not supporting him?
Where do I begin? President Trump's judgment is wrong in this case. President Putin and his government have engaged in war crimes.
I think people saw last night what they would get with another term of Donald Trump as president, which is completely untethered.
Fucking Mitt Romney.
Uncertain as to whether he wants Russia or Ukraine to win.
Even this fucking ghoul doesn't like him.
The conflict which Russia has imposed on Ukraine.
If you're asking me, do I think you should pardon people who engaged in like rioting behavior? No, I don't.
Anybody who crossed in to the into the Capitol under the circumstances that I witnessed firsthand, it's hard for me to have a positive predisposition towards them.
Well, more now from Jessica Needham. She's at the Capitol for us tonight. What more are you hearing tonight, Jessica?
Well, let's start first with the Republicans, both in the Senate and the House. You just heard from some Senate Republicans there, Anderson, and people like Senator Mitt Romney. That's somebody who has been pretty outspoken against former President Donald Trump. But it was somewhat surprising to see somebody like Senator Josh Hawley push back against some of his positions that he took last night. And what we heard again and again in talking with these Republican members who pushed back against and had very different opinions than former President Trump, it really kind of circled around three issues. It was Ukraine and Vladimir Putin, and if he is a war criminal or not, and who should win that war. It was January 6th, and former President Trump's pledge to perhaps pardon people who were here at the Capitol as insurrectionists who have been convicted and are serving time. And
So what they're talking about with regards to Vladimir Putin and the war in Ukraine right now, during the town hall, if you didn't watch, he was asked multiple times about the war in Ukraine, who he hopes wins that war, and how he would deal with it if he was in office. He dodged the question a lot, but he also gave a question that a lot of regular, normal people will be like, oh, that's a goated answer, even though it's a non-answer, so that he doesn't have to answer it. Okay, but he literally said, I'll do whatever it takes to make sure that people stop dying in Ukraine and in Russia. And like, that's to anybody that watches this shit constantly, you're like, oh, that's a non-answer. And he also said, I don't care who wins. I just want people to stop dying. It's like, okay, he doesn't want to say that Putin is a war criminal because they're friends and he supports Putin. Okay. So he says the most palatable answer that he can think of. And guess what? Normies will fucking buy it. They're like, oh my God, bravo. Donald John Trump says something I agree with. I don't want any of the killing to happen. It's so bad. It's like, that's what they're talking about right now. They're like, yeah, even the Republicans don't agree with what he said on that. It was an unpopular opinion. It's like, no, what he said resonates with people that don't know what he's talking about and don't know what they're talking about and don't know anything about the war. It resonates with normies. It's bad.
Then it was also, of course, the debt ceiling, which is what looms very heavy here right now as they work toward that June 1st deadline and allowing the nation to default. Those were really the key issues. We also heard similar things from members of the House GOP who kind of came back to those same issues as well. But Anderson, even in hearing some of these Republicans speaking out against the former president, that's still just a handful of people. And let's be very clear, he still has an enormous amount of power and an enormous support system here among Republicans on Capitol Hill.
And what about reaction from Democrats?
Well, as you can imagine, Democrats have never been fans of the former president, and that certainly continued. And what we saw was the Democratic Party really trying to attach Donald Trump, the MAGA Republicans, which has really been their line that they have, that President Biden has used as well, to kind of put them all together as a party that is too extreme to lead. And that is the case that we heard them making. We heard the Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer talking about how President Trump has what he calls enormous sway over House Speaker Kevin McCarthy as he navigates these debt ceiling negotiations. We heard from Hakeem Jeffries, who leads the House Democrats, and he said that this was Exhibit A of the trauma that America would see if we have another 4 years with President Trump. And then we also heard from Richard Blumenthal, the senator from Connecticut, who said that if he were to pardon those January 6th rioters, that would be grounds for yet another impeachment in his eyes. So again, a lot from the Democrats that you would expect, really trying to stake their positions, make it very clear that they are quite different than the Democrats offer a very, very, very different view than Donald Trump and attaching him to that far right wing of the party. Also interesting, Anderson, just to go back to the Senate Republicans for 1 second, we did talk to the Senate Majority Whip, John Thune, who said it looks like a lot of Democratic campaign ads.
Sorry, hold on.
Last night.
All right, Jessica Dean, appreciate it. Want to get some perspective now with me here.
A lot of campaign ads were written last night? Okay. I'm trying to find oh my god. Okay. Found the Nevermind Bandicoot sound font on my recommended Lamau. Okay, so here's what I wanted to show you, okay? Here is nationwide opinion polling for the 2024 United States presidential election. This is a list of nationwide public opinion polls that were conducted relating to the general election for the 2024 United States presidential election. The people named in the polls are declared candidates or have received media speculation about their possible candidacy. Polling aggregations. Source of poll, Real Clear Politics. Date administered, April 11th to May 8th, 2023. Okay, this ended a week ago. It was updated a week ago. Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. Donald Trump wins 44.2%. Up 7 points. Joe Biden versus Ron DeSantis. A tie. Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump. Even worse. Donald wins by 40 points. Okay. Joe Biden is so fucking unpopular that he can't win outright versus Ron fucking DeSantis. Meatball Ron. He can't win versus the kid that no one wants to sit with at lunch. And every time some fucking liberal was like, I can't believe it, Donald Trump did it to us again. Remember that it's not Donald Trump that's doing this to us. It's the fucking Democratic Party is throwing us under the bus again. Always. Always. They're going to run Joe Biden, who nobody fucking likes, against anybody. And he's going to fucking lose, dude. He's going to lose versus Donald Trump. Look at what's happening. What could possibly happen that's going to change this? It's only going to get worse. Do we honestly believe that Joe Biden is going to campaign hard enough to to be the popular the vote against Donald Trump. He barely won last time. And now people like him even worse. They like him less now than when he won. It is maddening. It's fucking wild, dude. It's like our heads are in the, like, liberals' heads are in the fucking sand. They're like, good old Joe. We'll just keep voting for good old Joe. And then he's gonna lose, dude. He's gonna fucking lose. He loses. He's gonna he ties with Meatball Ron. For fuck's sake. People don't even like Ron DeSantis. Barely. I don't even... The Kamala Harris one is such a fucking non-issue because that's a ridiculous... They would never run Kamala Harris. They're not going to run Kamala Harris because no one cares about Kamala Harris. Just fucking ridiculous.
Co-commentator Margaret Hoover, host of Firing Line on PBS. Also Anthony Scaramucci, who briefly served as White House communications director to the former president. And our own chief White House correspondent, Phil Mattingly. Anthony, do you think anything has happened in the past 24 hours that have changed the dynamics for this GOP primary race?
Not yet, but I think you guys are bringing up something that could change it, and that is an onslaught of senators and House of Representatives, congressional leaders going against the president. I think that would be...
You're coping, dude. You're coping. You're coping. Stop. Stop. The only thing that will work here, these random, no name, nobody, no fucking popularity having fucking senators and congressmen saying, Donald Trump bad, me no like, is not going to change shit. Who cares about the fucking Republican from Iowa? I don't even know who that is. No one cares if they're like, me no like Donald Trump. No one cares. The only thing that fixes this is if we get a different Democratic nominee. There's no shot. Why, hello. First time to a React stream. Love the Subway Surfers in the corner. Well, thank you. We added that in. It's a new one. It's a new thing that we added for when we're watching CNN because it's so boring. Also, hi, it's good to see you, Mothmoo. For the ADHDers in chat, Lamau. Yeah, it's an 11-hour long video of Subway Surfers. So it goes as long as the stream goes. But this guy's coping, dude. He's like, the one thing that can turn the tide now is if other Republican senators say, I don't like Trump. That doesn't work, dude. Nobody gives a shit. It's not like anybody is like a Mitt Romney diehard fan. And if he says, like, I don't like Donald Trump, they're like, well, if Mitt Romney says it, then I guess it has to be right. Like, no one gives a fuck what Mitt Romney has to say.
In a direction that he actually couldn't stop. And so they're still fearing him because he's a big bully, and their political consultants are telling him, don't say anything about him or don't make a comment. But if they start to stand up to him the way Mitt Romney
what's up,
did,
Camry?
a glimmer of that with Senator Hawley, you will blunt him, you will slow him down. And remember, when the
No, you won't. No. Listen, if Republicans say that they don't like Donald Trump, it will make more Republicans vote for Donald Trump because Donald Trump is just going to turn around and say that they've been got to by the communist Democratic Party. They've been bullied into saying this by Antifa. Like, it's going to make him more popular. The more that his own party talks against him, the more popular he's going to get. What's slapping in? We are talking. This is a video that CNN posted after they did the horrific town hall at CNN.
Wait, is that Subway Surfers in the corner for all the iPad kids?
Yeah, it is. It is. We got Subway Surfers for the iPad kids, so we don't lose their attention too fast. I feel attacked.
Water accidentally spilled on the witch and she started melting. The soldiers turned to Dorothy and said, "Hey, geez, I'm sorry that we did this." And I think we're getting to that point right now where the water has to hit Trump and he has to start melting. And
No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. It's not how it works. Also, ever since Donald Trump's presidency, the White House has been littered with the remnants of that presidency with different people that are still in there. You think fucking Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene are going to be like, Donald Trump is not my president? No, that's not going to fucking happen, dude. And the more that these other like fucking mayonnaise Republicans keep being like, yeah, I don't like Donald Trump. I just like not having to pay taxes. Like, they're just bringing more attention to Donald Trump, and then he's gonna say, "Oh, they don't care about actual Republican values. They just care about not paying taxes." And the thieves, the Democratic thieves, they'll let them have that just so long as they get me out of office. That's exactly how it's gonna go. Like this ghoul is fucking coping right now.
A lot of munchkins on Capitol Hill, though. I mean. Are they really ready to stand
more
out?
in the House of Representatives than the Senate, I would say. I mean, this is also about our electoral incentives and, what it takes to have political courage and moral
political courage,
right?
please.
There are U.S. senators who have recently been elected who who absolutely agree with everything Senator Tillis just said, by the way, just reelected, and didn't really mince words there in suggesting that he didn't really support returning an insurrectionist to the White House. So I think you're right, Anthony. This is the moment where
my God,
Republicans and elder statesmen and women of the Republican Party have to
somebody say something like this. This is a momentum ball that will not be stopped by random bland ass Republicans being like, I don't really care about Donald Trump. Somebody say something, because these liberals don't get it. They don't fucking understand.
Self-police. We haven't done it for 6 years, and we have to start now, and it's going to be behind closed doors, and it's going to be open in public, but it has to be Republican.
It is, Camry.
Because the problem with Donald Trump's inertia right now is that he's seen as a victim by the media, the Democrats, the other people, and that's emboldening.
Yes, and giving him further reason to say that he's a victim is not going to fix that. Wow. How are they not seeing this? They're like, yeah, if you can get his own party to say that he's bad, then he'll stop saying that he's a victim. He's just going to keep saying it even more and more, and it's going to make him more popular, because that's why he's popular. The very thing Anderson complained about, citing that as a reason to platform Trump. Oh yeah, he's like, oh, it can't just be an echo chamber in CNN, but they're literally doing that right now. These are political analysis, and I'm some dumb fuck that barely graduated high school. That's not how this fucking works. Look back to 2016. Do you know how many Republicans said that Donald Trump was a piece of shit in 2016? A lot. There are more Republicans in power now that like Donald Trump than there were in 2016 because he put them there. Are you I'm losing my fucking mind. Like, he's like, "Oh yeah, there's more people now that don't like him." That's in politics. That's so false. Were you at the midterms? Am I losing my fucking mind? These are political consultants. College dropout gang, Lamau. Yeah, I went to community college for like 3 years and dropped out. Very epic. But it's fucking ridiculous, dude. Listen, here when we talk about yeah, it was like all art classes and shit, Coldfire, and then I failed them because I didn't want to do homework. When we talk about people in the House of Representatives that we know, okay? When we talk about politicians that we know of by name, who are we talking about? We've got like three progressives, right? And these are the people that get the most news coverage because that they go against the fold a little bit, you know? More specifically, like AOC. You know AOC. We all know AOC, right? But you wouldn't know, like, some random fuck. Like, I don't even know who's in the House of Representatives from fucking Oregon. I don't, because it's just some fucking liberal, right? Who do you know on the Republican side? It's like fucking Lauren Boebert, Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who are all gonna ride Donald Trump's fucking schlong to the end, and they get the most media coverage. They get more media coverage out of everybody. Some random ass bland old fuck who's been there for a million years, who no one likes, is going to get zero media coverage. So them denouncing Trump isn't going to make a goddamn difference. Yeah, I couldn't do the homework and shit, Coldfire. I can't, like, I literally can't do that much work. Like, I would like have like insane anxiety trying to like do math homework.
But if this is a Republican on Republican affront to Donald Trump, then you got a chance at
God, you're so you're coping so hard.
So what are you hearing from the Biden White House? Because last night we were hearing, well, you know, there are all these attack ads that were written last night because of so many lies were being told. Is that putting a brave face on it, or I mean,
no, it's not spin, and I think this is the value of, and I think the Republican senators are actually quite good at kind of surfacing this reality. When you take a step back from the very visceral passions of last night, one Democrat said this entire event was just triggering for our entire party. And I think we all get it and understand it. You addressed it.
It's not triggering. It's irresponsible to not be fully prepared to have a debate type situation with Donald Trump when he excels in those situations because his messaging speaks to his audience. That's what he's good at. Why did he get popular? By going onto huge stages and saying ridiculous shit and these ridiculous, like, racist, fucking xenophobic dog whistles, okay? And you let him do that for like an hour with little to no pushback because the person you had pushing back against him didn't know what the fuck she was doing, and you didn't have anybody there to play the actual proof that he was lying. You just had his word, who is Donald Trump, that speaks to his whole audience, against some no-name fuck from your network. No one's going to listen to her. You get a whole audience of the most racist, misogynistic people in the country, okay, who don't give a fuck that Donald Trump sexually abused somebody and was found guilty of that the day before that. You get a whole audience of these people, okay? And then you put him up against some no-name reporter who also is a woman. They don't give a shit what she has to say. You stacked the books against yourselves. I don't think that's right, by the way. I should point that out. Of course I don't. But it's not about what I think is right. It's about what makes Donald Trump popular. And you gave him all the tools for success on your platform. And then you're coping. You're like, we did such a great job. It's like, no, you didn't. You're so bad. And all these political analysis are like, oh yeah, all you have to do is get Mitt Romney to say that he doesn't like Trump. It's like, Mitt Romney fucking sucks. And he tried to run for president and he fucking lost because he sucks.
And policy that was addressed through the questions that Caitlin was asking, you realize that the former President Trump, was walking right into pretty much the entire framing of President Biden's campaign re-election launch video, the stakes of the moment, the January 6th, the pardons, the putting the election and the sanctity of the election at risk and the Constitution at risk, but also on the critical policy issues that Democrats have run on and won on, both in the midterm elections and a Wisconsin Supreme Court race. You look at the kind of statewide in Michigan, you look at swing states on the issue of abortion. That is a winning issue every day of the week. And the former president can try and parse on whether he wants a national abortion ban all he wants. What he said on Dobbs and making very clear how proud he was of what happened with Dobbs, every Democrat in America is writing a campaign ad on that issue. The one thing, and I would just
doesn't matter.
last night,
it doesn't matter. He's like, oh yeah, everybody's gonna vote against Donald Trump because he's pro-life and he wants to ban abortion. He's not. He's so good at messaging, dude. He's not saying that. He's saying something that most of the people who would even consider voting for him agree with. And he's like, oh yeah, I want to leave that up to states so that they can decide whether or not they want to ban abortion, because I think it's important for states to have control over what their people want. Okay? And that is popular with Republicans. He's like, oh yeah, because Donald Trump has said something bad before, that'll get him. Bro, he got found guilty of sexual abuse the day before this, and no one gave a fuck. You think something that he said weeks ago, months ago, years ago is really gonna matter? That's not that. It's ridiculous.
An advisor texted me and said this was weeks worth of damning content in 1 hour.
You're coping.
Efficient. And the point of elevating this moment, as opposed to letting him sit in safe corners and just kind of talk amongst his own people, underscores that reality. And we saw that from Republican senators too.
Stop playing. Stop. They're coping, dude. Like, yeah, this was actually really good and not bad at all. They're so mad that people hated it that that they're like, yeah, this is actually really good. It's really good that we let Donald Trump say all of the most popular things that he has to say on our platform in front of all the people that he really, really likes and that really, really like him. That's actually good. Even though he's like 7 points ahead of Joe Biden in popularity right now. It's actually really, really good. Why are you so red? I think it's because I'm mad. I also drank an energy drink not that long ago, so I'm like extra amped up right now. Also, don't call me out. What the hell? Camry, come on. What the hell's wrong with you? I'm just joking, by the way. It's just ridiculous. CNN is just like so libbed up that they don't care. And honestly, they probably don't care because this is good for ratings. It doesn't matter. It really does. It doesn't matter. This is good for ratings. They're trying to tell everybody, oh, liberals, please stop saying that it's bad. We're actually really, really good. It's like He-Man. They never gave a shit. They don't really. They pretend to. And I think maybe on a surface level, maybe some of the anchors give a shit, but they're being told to play this off in a certain way because they don't want to admit that they fucking suck. That town hall fucking sucked. Listen, I think that in the right situation with the right person pushing back against him, you could make Donald Trump look like an absolute fucking clown. You can make him look really bad. Okay? For example, we watched his deposition in his trial, right? In which he made a fool of himself because he mistook the person that had accused him of assaulting her as his wife after he said that she's not my type. He made a fucking fool of himself. He tends to do that. And if you get the right kind of pushback, he continues to do that. And he looks bad. But when you just let him run free and give the reins over to somebody who doesn't know how to fucking steer the wagon, he wins every time. That's how it's going to work. He wins every time. This is what's going to happen. He says all that stuff. Everybody in his voter base agrees with what he was saying on there. They're like, oh, the January 6th thing or the abortion thing. They're splitting hairs. The January 6th thing is not great, but people will ignore that. The abortion thing he handled that exactly how he was supposed to handle it by saying, I'm going to let states choose, even though he's going to advocate for states to ban abortion. Okay, he did what he was supposed to do. He did a good job He got everybody knows that he's wholly back in the game. He's going to go on a tour throughout the US. He's going to sell out stadiums to his voter base exactly like he has always done. And then he's going to take it to the race. And unless something fucking wild happens, he's going to fucking win. And it's time that we start preparing for that very, very real possibility of him being back in the presidency. Because he's so far, he's ahead right now in the polls. You don't even see him that much because nobody likes Joe Biden, and the Democrats are insisting on rerunning Biden no matter what. It is hard to watch